Hey you guys, good morning. Some rough energies this morning. Happy Halloween, first of all. Yeah, just I don't know, some rough energies this morning. And by the way, I wanted to let you guys know. I mentioned I dropped the Black Magic Spellwork Protection Kits. And in that, I did the Dragon Stream tea, but it is a different formulation than previously, because I did add some mandrake root and valerian to it. But I tried it yesterday, and I'm really pleased with it. This formulation, the changes that I made. The mandrake root I put in so that, some people struggle with visualization. That can be difficult for some people, and it's going to be more difficult for those people to do astral travel or lucid dreaming, because it's that sort of same brain center. Anyway, yeah, the mandrake root is to help people with the visualization aspect. And then I think the valerian helped. I really found when I tried it out, I was really going back and forth several times. It did extend that window in the theta range. Where, and to be honest, I would say about 80% of it, I was lucid dreaming as opposed to astral travel, which is slightly different. But at any rate, I'm pleased with how it came out. And I'm excited to see what your guys' experience is with it as well. Oh, okay, the Empress. Hello. The Empress is the first card out. So that's our strongest energy. And someone is feeling out in the cold regarding an Empress. Two of Cups. Okay, well, here's our twin flame reading for Halloween, the Sun. Ooh, okay. Wow, strong message. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, and by the way, again, and I'll try and put the link in the description box, but I am doing a giveaway for one of the Dragon Stream tea, one of my art prints, and then this chintzy healing crystal box. But anyway, I'll put the link in there in the description box. Hangman. Five of Cups. Wow, we've got Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Seven of Wands. Clarified by the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing that this this reading, the energy that I'm picking up is very concerned with a divine feminine, an Empress energy. So the Five of Pentacles shows that this person this may be a no contact situation, because that's the first energy. What I'm picking up too is like just this energy, the sense of like deep regret, and like the frog is dragging Alice away from the door here, and she's fighting it. This person is, a lot of inner conflict with this person. Like the sense that I don't know. I'm picking up that they're fighting with their demons about this. Anyway, the Two of Cups, clarified by the Sun, is a very clear message. This person sees you as their twin flame. They see you as a source of happiness, like pure happiness and love in their life. The Queen of Pentacles, I think that this Empress may be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Again, it doesn't have to be sun sign. That could be moon, rising, or a lot of earth in your chart. But again, the Six of Cups comes out, so this person, again, that can be a soulmate card, but it's also a card about nostalgia. I think because the Two of Cups is already out here, that this person definitely sees you as a soulmate, a twin flame. But I also get the sense that they're really in their memories at the moment. They may be looking through photos, videos, like times when you guys were together, things that they still have. I feel like they're going through items even. That's the image that I'm seeing in my mind, is that this person is like, they're touching and looking at items, maybe gifts that you had given them, but definitely looking through photos, maybe on your social media. But I feel like photos that just you two have of when you were together or when you did things. The Hanged Man, followed by clarified by the Five of Cups, is, this person they're still in a stuck energy, but this person has had a realization, because I guess that's the energy that I wanted to pick up. I feel like initially when there was a disconnection between you two, separation, breakup, or you all just stopped talking, whatever it was, they initially were almost just like, they were annoyed first about kind of losing your energy and attention. Almost like, that's what I wanted to say. This is like, this energy is almost like dragging a kid away from a candy store. That's the energy that I wanted to say. You know what I mean? Like, there's almost like a juvenile energy in this card for me at the moment, where it's just like, but I want that. That thing is mine. You know what I mean? But over here, I feel like there's been an evolution in terms of a realization. I think this person was initially upset about the loss of you from an attachment standpoint. Do you see what I mean? As like, I think that this was an unhealthy attachment in their dynamic with you. But what they've realized is that actually it's beyond. I think that there's probably been some growth and evolution. If this person has gotten to the point where realizing that it was an attachment, and that they actually have feelings beyond that attachment. This person in the past may have only been in attachment, codependent relationships. Do you see what I mean? But I think that's the realization in this Hanged Man, is that that they were acting out of a space of attachment in the past, but that they now have connected with, on some level, their heart space, and actually saying that beyond the attachment, that there is love. I think that's why Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups came out, is it's not just the physical loss that bothers them anymore. It's that they love you. And now they have all of those spilled cups that they are focusing on. And I think that there is still love between you guys. That's a message in the Five of Cups, is there's still 2 cups standing. There's 3 cups spilled. So while the focus is on the loss here, there is still love in this counterpart relationship. Then the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I think probably something else that has changed here. Seven of Wands is a card about defending, from multiple parties. I think that part of their realization is that they're seeing and perceiving you. And Queen of Cups shows up here. So I feel like they perceive you as a Queen of Cups. Obviously, you're the divine feminine here, the Empress energy, which is all queens, right? But I feel like this may be Pentacles or Cups, could be, related to your sign, earth or water. But I feel like that they actually perceive you as really grounded, like hardworking, industrious, creative, because this particular Queen of Pentacles card, she's like, It's a goat that has like her own little craft shop there. So she's making items that she's putting on her shelf to sell. So that's, industrious, creative, hardworking. You may do something like that along those lines. You may have your own business, or just be someone who creates kind of, I don't know, spiritual items or craft items or anyway. But the Queen of Cups, they also perceive you as someone that is just very loving, compassionate, nurturing, in touch with their emotions. But yeah, so they're seeing that they're worried about someone coming in and stealing you. And so I feel like, they had been in this really stuck energy, this energy of regret, disappointment, depression even. But yeah, this Hanged Man, I'm still not seeing forward movement in terms of energy or action here, but I feel like that may be about to change because this person is concerned about somebody else coming in and snatching you up. Okay, so what do I want to ask here? Okay, so what future actions are going to happen in this situation? Five of Swords, clarified by Six of Pentacles. Four of Cups, clarified by the Seven of Cups. Ace of Cups, clarified by the World. Ace of Wands, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Page of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Cups. Come on, man. So, I asked what actions are coming in this situation, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm not, there's a lot of feelings here, not a lot of action, at the end of the day. The Five of Swords is kind of about like having the upper hand on a situation, kind of, conquering other people in a situation to get what you need. That's clarified by the Six of Pentacles, which is the card about equal give and take. I think what this person is realizing is that essentially that's what they were. That's frankly who they were before. That's who they were, is somebody who extracted things from situations or people or whatever. And it's probably just how this person was raised, how they perceive the world, you know what I mean? But I feel like at some point somebody taught them that like, this is just the way the world works. And you go out and you get yours and don't worry about anybody else because nobody else cares about you. Do you see what I mean? Like, I feel like that was the mindset of this person previously. So they didn't give to this situation equally before. They took what they wanted from it. But then there's the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And what that says is, this person then went out and was exploring all of their options. And, the card here shows Alice with like a big smile on her face about all of her options, very excited. So this person, took some time to go out and, maybe sow their wild oats or whatever it is. But ultimately, they ended up being completely disappointed by all of those options. He's sitting, and so at this point, like, no more, they don't even want any other options because they know they've sampled so many of the platters that they know that none of them are like you. And so that's, I think, why they're in that, that's again part of their realization, was that was that is that they genuinely have these feelings. And I don't think that they ever allowed themselves, they weren't operating in a space of feelings previously. They were operating in a space of the Five of Swords, an energy of Five of Swords. But now somehow like these feelings have come out of this person and awakened. Then it shows the Ace of Cups clarified by the World. They want a new start in love. So they want to open a new cycle. There has been a cycle that's been closed out. I think this is also that they see you as the World. That you're sort of, that there's nobody, they've gone through all these options. There's nobody like you. There's nobody like you. The Ace of Wands is about a passionate new start, but it's got the Wheel of Fortune down here and clarifying it. And so basically this person is still just sitting there and waiting. And what they're waiting for their divine timing. They're waiting for their perfect moment to come in and have this new passionate start in love with you. But, so at the end here, it just shows the Page of Swords clarified by the Nine of Cups. So all they're doing in terms of action at this moment is spying and daydreaming about you. That's it. And they're waiting for this divine timing, whatever that may be. And I get, there's definitely, the universe does work on timing, right? It does. Divine timing is absolutely a thing. But also, God doesn't send you signs like, God sends you signs all the time. Angels send you signs all the time. Like, those signs are there if you listen to them. It's not a beam of light that comes out from heaven. You know what I mean? And says like, now is your time. Like, that's not how it works. It's about listening to your intuition. And it's also about, I don't know, maybe this person needs some time to process through everything that's happened in their own right. Maybe they're still processing that. And if that's the case, then great, because that work needs to be done for sure. And I think that there needs to be straight truth about this. Straight truth about, because I'm getting like a really player energy off of this. In fact, I would like to know who is this divine masculine. Let's get some clarity on who this divine masculine is. Let me pull him off to the side. Oh, what am I doing? Who is this divine masculine? Knight of Swords, Five of Wands, Ten of Cups, King of Wands. Okay. So this person may be a fire sign, or again, have a lot of fire in their chart. It's somebody who, the Knight of Swords is somebody who acts hastily, and especially in the face of conflict. When this person is met with conflict, or, maybe you called them out on something, that's when they respond very hastily and quickly, and they probably go and run away afterwards, would be my guess. You know what I mean? Like, so this person doesn't, if you may have brought up like issues or conflict, or tried to address something with this person at some point, in your history or relationship, whenever there was conflict, this person, probably said something biting or nasty, and then they left. But Ten of Cups clarified by the King of Wands. It's this King of Wands energy. So, and I'm going to show this, this particular King of Wands card. There's, the king has a snake that he's balancing on his nose. And so the sense that I get from this card is, because I always read this as like this guy, first of all, I always feel like he's wanting to impress a woman by this balancing of the snake on his nose. Because why else would you balance a snake on your nose? right? But I also feel like this is something new that he's learning to do, and he's just doing it. So I am getting a sense that what is going on here, though, even though there's no action being taken, like there's none. I'm sorry, you guys, there's just no action. But because he is in a learning and growing phase, this King of Wands. I'm also gonna pull out some Kipper on that, but he's in love. He's deep within his feelings on this, you guys. And I feel like again with that King of Wands energy, the balancing the snake on the nose, these feelings, the intensity of the feelings that they have for you is uncharted territory. That's what I'm hearing. Uncharted territory. They may have been in love before, but what they feel for you is so fundamentally different than like anything that they've had. Again, that's this energy. They have explored the world of people. Okay. This person has had relationships, probably a lot of, sexual encounters, stuff like that. Again, that's kind of the King of Wands energy. It's probably a very passionate person, and a very sexual person. So they have sampled all the delights of the world, and they found that nothing is you. Like, you are the world. Okay, yeah, some more energy on this King of Wands, this person over here. Well, yeah, all they're doing, we see that came out right next to the Page of Swords. All they're doing is thinking about you. All they're doing. Community. Imprisonment. So yeah, this person is spying within some community that you both exist in. Again, that can be online, or that can be like physically, like a neighborhood, but they are watching. All they're doing is thinking about you. They're watching you in this community environment, and they're feeling imprisoned. This is how they feel at the moment, is stuck. Like, they've had all these realizations. They've had all of these realizations, but they feel trapped in themselves. House. Family room. And I think their thoughts are really focused on being with you at your home. Like, they're fantasizing about sitting on the couch with you, fantasizing about waking up next to you. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna pull one more just because I'm getting that official person. Okay, I guess two more. Official person in bad health. I just got the message that the official person, they may be seeking guidance from someone, someone that they trust, that they feel like has been through something like this before, maybe that has regrets about having lost someone in their past or something like that. And I feel like there's also, and it may be connected to that person, their mentor, but I feel like there's a situation around them in their community, maybe with their family or a friend or something, but where someone is experiencing bad health. And I feel like that has also given this person perspective on kind of like, I feel like this person never felt a sense of urgency in the past, because they do feel that now. I'm definitely feeling like that, this person wants to take action, but they're stuck. But they do feel like that's creating so much anxiety for them, because they feel this sense of urgency. They know that you're not going to be, on the market forever. But again, they're just stuck and they don't know how to come in. But I feel like, again, that is part of their realization, is they've kind of seen like, life is too short to not like do what really matters, to not love the person that you're in love with, to not take action. Yet they feel like they're just stuck and they can't. Okay, let me get some messages from this King of Wands, the Divine Masculine. Hurting you hurt me even more. This came out yesterday. And I feel like I don't love that card just because it's like, I get that they feel that way, but you don't know anybody else's pain. Your pain always feels worse than, than anyone else's pain. But that doesn't make you it true. I feel that you were very much hurt in this situation. I'm afraid that it's too late to turn it around and make it right. I think that's part of why he's stuck, is he just doesn't know how to, like, this person was, they were a player. Like, and I feel like that is also uncharted territory for them as well, right? Like, they don't, because that's always the way that they had operated, is that Five of Swords energy, you know, with all of their options. And so I don't know that they necessarily know how to treat someone like you. You know what I mean? Like, now they're going to have to figure that out from scratch, because they've never been in a relationship with someone like you, and they're not sure that they know how to do it. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see. My heart was blocked. I was not available to receive your love when you gave it. Yes, I said that, right? I said that, is that initially it was just about attachment, and that this person's heart was blocked. What they've realized now is that, you got into their heart space. But yeah, because this person absolutely prior was not operating in a space of trying to love someone. They loved romance. They loved passion. They loved, kind of like these very intense but not enduring relationships. So again, and we had an energy the other day where I said something along the lines of, like, it wasn't this person's intention to, like, hurt people. They didn't go in intending to hurt people, but they also knew that this love bombing that they were doing, where they would rush in and just be all like Casanova and, and have these very intense, romantic, passionate, but short relationships. It may not have been their intention to hurt people. They were just like a kid in a candy shop, right? They wanted to try all of the candy. They wanted to try all of the different flavors. So, and they didn't care that, maybe they cared a little bit when they saw that it hurt someone. I don't know. But it was just, their goal was to try all of these different flavors. And their perspective was not about the fact that they knew that it would hurt people on the way out the door. Do you see what I mean? This person has repeatedly hurt many people, I think. But I do feel like they've had a fundamental change in terms of their perspective. And I think a big part of that does have to do with, all of the sudden you cracking into this person's heart space. And it's profoundly changed their perspective on life and relationships. Allow me to work on me so I can work on us. Yeah. So, and like I said, this person's not taking immediate action. This person is just, they're going to be spying and not doing much. But what they are doing, hopefully, is working on himself and healing, identifying and healing a lot of these patterns and behaviors that we saw here. So let's go ahead and get some guidance. By the way, I try to make a little video. So, I'm starting wood burning, right? And so I bought this, little bird house because I figured I'd try to learn on this. So, and as I was doing this, I obviously still have a lot more to do, but as I was doing this, I thought to myself, this is a perfect example of of learning to do something that you've never done before. Like, that's always been something that I've been good at, because it's like, I sort of collect hobbies and stuff, in a way, because I like learning new things. But the best way to learn something, if I'm completely honest, is just to do it. That's it. Like I could read 1,000 books on wood burning, and that is going to give me some knowledge on, you know, and techniques and stuff like that. But honestly, the best way for me to learn this is just to start doing it. I'm going to make mistakes while I do it. I'm going to, you know, as I started going through this, you know, like I figured out that like, oh, it burns a lot darker on this grain of wood than it does on this grain of wood. And, you know, like you just, by the process of actually starting out simple and doing it, you're going to learn 80% of everything that you need to know. Just by doing it. Start small and do it. And so I'm not saying about coming forward, if you're this King of Wands, I'm not saying that coming forward is the thing that you need to do and jump into immediately. But whatever you are working on and trying to do, like, just do it. Just start small. Just start small and do it. You know, if the issue is reciprocity, you know, just evaluate in terms of how you interact with coworkers and everything else. Like, evaluate first, right? Evaluate first. How do I give to these interactions? Am I giving more than I receive? Am I receiving more than I give? And then start taking small steps. And after you're cognizant of a behavior, you can start taking small actions towards changing that behavior. We are our actions, right? Not forever, but we are the actions that we choose. So everybody makes mistakes in the past. Absolutely. Again, there's a big difference between making a mistake and doing the same mistake over and over and over again. You know, when someone apologizes but doesn't change their behavior, that's manipulation, right? And I'm not saying that even if you're actively working on trying to change things, that you're not going to have setbacks, right? But take accountability for them and correct them and move forward. But, you know, we are our actions in the end. We're not our intentions as much as we may want to be. And think about it too, because whenever there's a conflict, right? We always consider our own intentions and the other person's actions. We don't look as much at their intentions, nor do we look at as much at our actions. Do you see what I mean? But ultimately, we do have to evaluate both. There's learning in listening to both the actions and intentions, but ultimately we get to choose who we are through our actions. Let me say that again. We get to choose who we are through our actions. That means you can decide who you are, regardless of who you have been in the past. Anybody, any given day can change. And I'm not saying that you won't make mistakes, and I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but I'm saying we have a choice every day when we wake up to decide who we are going to be. Right? Okay. Yeah, guidance real quick. And then we'll close this out. By the way, I'll post this today, and then tomorrow I will start the first half of November zodiac readings. I'll start posting those tomorrow. Express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuits do you feel drawn to? Bitch, I'm just saying. I literally just start something new. And honestly, I feel like that may be the guidance. Maybe that's why I've got this just sitting out here today. You know what I mean? Like, if you are trying to build confidence right now and you're trying to kind of transform into a new person, do something like this. If you're trying to build your confidence in learning or doing something new, then just go pick something. Go to, you know, Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Walmart or wherever, you know, and pick out a craft that you want to do. Because I swear to God, you know, like this is probably, I don't know, at least 2 hours of work. Like, you know what I mean? It's a pain in the butt to sit here and do this, but I promise you that while I'm doing it, because that's like, you know, I'm just listening to music, sitting there, wood burning, you have a lot of time to think and process things. And so this is essentially a good way to meditate. If you're not good at meditating, is to pick a craft and do it. even if you've never done it, not even if you've never done it before, especially if you've never done it before. Allow yourself to try and fail at something, and allow yourself to try and succeed at something. Because the thing is that, this may be a failure in terms of not being something that turns out ideally how I want, but I'll have learned in the process of going through it. And that's how you build. I mean, that's how you build anything, is you just go in and do it. You learn from your mistakes, you gain that experience, and then the next time you do it even better, But so that's the advice and guidance in this situation. Anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. What is your discomfort trying to free you from? 100%. That's this person. I'm sensing a ton of anxiety in this situation. They are nervous that they are going to have to fend off competitors at some point. But so this person is really allowing like anxiety to take a hold of them. And it's because they're in that stuck energy. So, get out of your head. Get out of your head. I'm serious. Like you can't just sit there forever, daydreaming and not taking action. And I'm not saying that the taking action again needs to be coming towards your Empress, but what I am saying is that like if you're saying you're going to grow and you want to work on this stuff, then do it actively every day. And if you're afraid that you don't know how, do something else that you don't know how to do, and start building your confidence so that you can take on bigger things that you don't know how to do, right? Because that is like literally what life is shit you don't know how to do and figuring it out. Nobody comes into this life with it figured out. We all have to just work our way through it. I mean, did you know that of course, when we're kids, we all assume that like the adults around us know that they have the answers, that they have stuff figured out, and that's why we follow what they say. And then at some point in your life, you come to realize that nobody knows what the F anybody is doing. Like even at jobs and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how many people, I've taken on so many positions, new positions. I became a quality engineer at one point with no quality, like training experience, whatever. And then you just figure it out. And what you find is that there's other people that are still figuring it out that have been doing this for 15, 20 years. So nobody knows. There's no set answer. Literally, you just start doing it and you figure it out. So I hope that helps someone today. Right. Let me just get this also real quick. House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. I'm getting here that there's a message about watching your friend, especially if you are this King of Wands person, and you're watching, again, part of this, the way that this person was in the past was absolutely acceptable in terms of this person's world, right? Like this is what they learned, either in their family, their culture, their community, whatever it may be. They at some point learned that this was all fine. You go out and you get what's yours and don't worry about anybody else, right? And so I think that there's some guidance here to be careful of like your friend and community groups at this point, because if you are deciding to change, I promise you that it will be nigh on impossible to do that when you are surrounding yourself with the same people that encouraged you in this exact same behavior before. Okay? So like if you want to be a better person, you've also got to start surrounding yourself with better people. Then house 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. The advice and guidance here is very clear to me as well. When I was the training manager in explosives, I did enjoy that because, you know, you're taking people off the street, and that just need a job, right? They didn't come to work with explosives. They don't know anything about them. And explosives, not unlike spell work, by the way, you know, is something that you have to have a lot of knowledge about and respect for. And if you don't have that knowledge, you won't respect it, right? But at any rate, you know, I wrote on my dry erase board there, and it was for all of these onboarding people. We live and die by our habits. And if you don't have good habits with explosives, you will not have a long career with them, okay? And honestly, spell work as well. You have to have good habits, practices, behaviors, because again, we are ultimately the actions that we choose. And so having positive habits that you know, keep us in positive energy is what helps us to become a better person, right? So like the odds of you know, you becoming a better person, if you have like an alcohol dependency issue, you know, right? Like, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about somebody in the server on this game that I play. You know, he's not a bad guy, but like he's definitely struggles with drinking, and occasionally he'll get on and go on to World Chat, and he's abusive, and you know, like, and it's not a good show. But he's actually not a bad person, but he is that way when he drinks, right? And the odds of somebody fundamentally changing their life for the better without managing that is very very low. So, you know, that's something that you really need to consider. Take a look around at your health, your daily life habits, and the practical details of your life, and see again if those reflect or support you becoming a better person. Okay, so I want to pull, yeah. We're getting some good advice. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. Man, right back to this one. Right back to this one. You, and it definitely is true. It's been true for me. Like, painting it's helped me heal a lot. It's helped me have a lot more self-confidence, not only in what I can do, but again, like this painting that I did, Ascent, right? I always said this painting sat on my shelf for probably a good 2 years before I finally finished it. And it is because I painted so much of everything else, but I couldn't paint myself. And I always say that I can only paint what I truly love. And that was part of it, is like that painting really did help me walk through that, you know, a lot of lessons in self-confidence. Like I had to learn to love myself before I could finish that painting. But so again, there's a real call here to go pick out a craft, something that you've always thought looked cool online or something like that. Like, oh, I want to try that. I'm seeing specifically that little polymer clay. You know how like people make like little cartoon character like monsters and dragons and stuff like that with the polymer clay. Anyway, yeah, but try something. Go and do that and see where it takes you. I'm not saying that's going to be your next career, but I'm saying that creativity gives you that meditation space, and it helps build confidence, and that reflection time is going to help you work through some of these thoughts and feelings that you're having. Okay. I think that's all I've got for you guys. Yeah. Have a fantastic Halloween. Thanks, everybody. Bye.